What's going on, people? Welcome back to another edition of the Asgard Talks Football podcast. Hope we're all feeling positive this week leading into the new season. I certainly am. Obviously, after that big last-minute win against City on Sunday, overall, I think there's a good feeling around the club heading into the new season. Obviously, we've had big investment from our owners over the last few years, and obviously those expectations are creeping up leading into the season. Personally, I think at least second in the league. Obviously, we're going up against a juggernaut in City, but I do think our squad is at least the second best in the league. So I would expect that we would compete for the league and come second. And I'd love to see us get to the at least the quarters of the semi-finals of the Champions League. Plus, I think a domestic trophy wouldn't be too much to ask, seeing how much depth the squad has now. Also, I just think we're trying to build that winning mentality, and I think our depth and our second squad should be able to breeze past a lot of teams in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, in theory. Today, I'm going to dive into some transfer news. There's a bit of a goalkeeper transfer merry-go-round going on at the moment. Bayern looking for a keeper. Brentford obviously looking to get rid of David Raya, which we're going to get into. But firstly, I think Nottingham Forest are looking to sign, or they have signed, Matt Turner from Arsenal. I believe 7 million up front with 3 million in add-ons. Apologies if you can hear any background noise. It's typical, is a bit of a gardening started just outside my front door. But anyway, so personal terms were agreed a while ago. We heard about this move. I think it was waiting for a few things to sort of facilitate the move. I think Matt Turner's a decent keeper. I wasn't particularly convinced about him. It was an interesting move, really. He wasn't particularly well known with his ball playing ability before the move. Perhaps it was a commercial move, or just one of these moves like Austin Trusty, where we're trying to, basically flip them as investments and make a bit of money. I wasn't ever personally confident on him coming in after Ramsdale and filling that space for the second team, and perhaps that's why our cup success was, well, we didn't have any, basically. So this move obviously is facilitating the move for David Raya. Now, personally, I'm over the moon with it. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions online, as you do, but I don't see any negativity. I don't see why. The worst case scenario is that either Ramsdale or Raya have to move on at some point, but that would mean that the overall level at the club has gone up, and that is ultimately how a ruthless, successful club should operate. So I don't think Arteta is a particularly sentimental person. I think he probably loves Ramsdale as an individual, but as a winner that he is, he's looking for the best output that he can. And obviously, he's probably reviewed the season and thought maybe Ramsdale's slightly erratic personality and his sort of ADHD, obviously, as well as everything is going on in his personal life. There may well be times where he can just sort of come out of the limelight and gather himself and reset. We've got more than enough games. But yeah, just going over that again, Fabrizio Romano tweeting, I think yesterday afternoon, Arsenal have reached an agreement to sign David Raya. I think the fee is said to be about 28 million, so similar fee to what we signed Aaron Ramsdale for. But obviously, factoring in the money that we're getting from Matt Turner, around 18 or so mil for, I wouldn't say he's a ceiling raiser, but he brings the floor level of the club up. So if you've got those two goalkeepers, I have no problem in rotating. And we're going to be fighting on all fronts. We're going to have more than enough games for them both to share. I would imagine for the first 6 months he would do the cup games and maybe Europe. I'm not sure, but the second half of the season, I think it will be based on performances, and I think it will be really interesting to see how they battle it out. I think I'm right in saying that David Raya used to work with our goalkeeping coach Iñaki Kanya. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but they used to have a very good working relationship. I think he's lived in London for a long time now. He's pretty much a London boy. He's sort of got that Spanish London accent, so he should have no problem settling in. And I would imagine that the lifestyle and the environment and the coaching that he would get at Arsenal is good enough for him to say, okay, yeah, maybe I might be on the bench a little bit more than what I would be at Brentford. But actually, it's a net positive move for me. And he's been part of a really fun, successful young group of players. And ultimately, his play style should be exaggerated by the way we play. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think last season, because of our tight squad depth and that we decided to prioritize the league, and all the other sort of cups fell as an expense of that. So now it shows, I think, uh, the intentions of the management team, and they're looking to clean up all cup competitions, Europe and the league. I think they're trying to go absolutely as high as they can, achieve as much as possible, without being sentimental and being absolutely ruthless. I think the right personalities thrive off of competition, and so if you can't deal with that competition, then you're not fit enough to be there. So I think this is a healthy ecosystem that Arteta is building within the club. So got to round up there, but overall, really positive news. I think the club is heading in such a positive direction. I mean, I've been waiting 15 more than 15 years for the club and the ownership to be moving like the big club that it is, and I feel like now, we're really reaping the rewards of the patience and the hard times that, to be fair, Arteta and Edu have you know, stayed strong throughout. And now we're seeing that actually, within 3-4 years, Arteta has gone from being a manager with no experience to arguably top three most exciting squads and projects in Europe. Some people might disagree, but I just think anyone that's young and talented would just want to be part of this. So yeah, that's all, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. Stay tuned. I'm going to be coming in with lots of transfer updates as and when they come. I'm going to have a Premier League preview coming up, I believe, on Thursday afternoon, sort of touching on my predictions for the weekend's fixtures and just any news that breaks moving forward, as well as a post-game review on Saturday. When I get back from the game, I'll let you guys know my thoughts and feelings after my tube journey back home. Hopefully it's a positive one. I'm predicting a win for us, but I want to see some sparkling performances from some of the new boys. Anyway, guys, all the best. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are, and I'd love for you to stick with me and keep tuning into some of these as I continue to learn and progress. Cheers, guys. All the best. I'm going to log out.